The following is John Wayne Gacy's December 13th, 1978 confession as printed in his book, A Question of Doubt. In his book, he states, "It is verifiable, being a matter of public record, as witness statement number 78-35203, given on December 13th, 1978, at 12:15 p.m. at the Des Plaines Police Department." And this is the printed confession. I, John Gacy, am 36 years of age, and my address is 8213 Summerdale, Norwood Park, Illinois. On or about Saturday night, I received a phone call from Phil Torf of Neeson Pharmacy to stop by and see about remodeling work he's thinking of doing. I set up an appointment for 5:30 Monday. I arrived at about 5:30, met with Phil and Larry Torf. Larry stated that he did not want anything to do with the remodeling. Phil stated that he would walk me through the store. Before doing so, we wasted an hour talking about old times. I believe from time to time employees were standing around. I only had conversation with an employee in regards to if there was more shelving outside the rear of the store. He stated no. I was at the store from approx 5:30 to 7:15 p.m. I went home to clear the answering machine and have found that I left my book there. I went back to get it. I did have a conversation with an old employee named Linda who was going to marry a guy named Dave when we remodeled back in '76. I returned to the store at about 8 p.m. to pick up my book and talk and walked off the store again while Phil was stocking shelves. The following is page 2 of the 2-page statement. I stayed until about 8:45, 8:50, and went home until I received a phone call on the recorder that my uncle was dying. I then went to Northwest Hospital, arriving at about 11 p.m. 4th floor desk from there, I went to my aunt's home at 7300 Cullum to discuss plans for the funeral and that I would be a pallbearer. I at no time offer any employee a job, just joking with Phil since he stated that he wasn't making any money. Signed, John W. Gacy, PDM Contractors. In his book, John says, "After Pakel read this, he asked me to add something about the conversation I had with Phil Torf about proposed work. The following was added at the bottom of page 2, where it says, "Part of my conversation with Phil was about my employee, and now I am down to just 2. But I will be hiring in the summer because we are always looking for good help. The pay is good, starting at $5 to $6 an hour." Signed, John W. Gacy. In his book, A Question of Doubt, Gacy would talk about this in a negative context, claiming that it was the media who claimed this was his first confession, not himself. Whether you consider this Gacy's first confession or not is up to you, though it in many ways seems to be something.